Have you ever wondered how to create an Android app without a ViewModel? Yeah, me too. That's why today I want to show you how to create a ViewModel class that is not a ViewModel but implemented the same things, so we can mimic the same behaviors. And one of them will be configuration changes, state restoration. So the simple ViewModel as you created normally is just this, and you have simple VM that inherit from ViewModel class. But what we want to do is use this thing, which we will be behaving like a normal ViewModel, because normally we will probably define something like this, and everything will be working as it should be. But we want to see how it works under the hood. So I create a simple state with mutable state that contains an int and simple function to increment it by 1. And it will be our ViewModel. And now every ViewModel is created from 3 things. Of course there are more of them, but those 3 are the most important ones. So we have store, provider, and store owner. In simply words, store is used to store ViewModels, so it translates ViewModel to key. Provider is used to create ViewModels, and store owners define to which activity or fragment our ViewModel is belonging. So to show you that those 3 things are really under the hood, we can click we can press Ctrl on our keyboard, click on ViewModel implementation in here, and we can see from which arguments our ViewModel is created. And as you can see, there are a couple of them, but one of them is ViewModel store owner, which is the same thing as I created in here. And if we dive deep, we can see that it's just a public interface that contains ViewModel store. So owner that defines to which activity or fragment ViewModel belonging contains store, and we can display store, how it looks like, and it's nearly the same as our implementation of ViewModel. So it contains a function to put new ViewModels to mutable map, to get them from this map, and to display keys and clear everything. And the last thing, which is provider, of course, we can display by where is it? Okay, in here we have ViewModel provider. We can click again, press Ctrl and left click on our mouse, and we can display ViewModel provider implementation. And as you can see, this class is responsible for creating our ViewModel under the hood in Android open source project. So it's here in my provider, store, and store owner. And right here we create provider. We need to pass to our provider store, and store is created in here. We provide store, then we create a VM, we use provider get, and we define key. So in my case I name it main, or it can be anything you want, it doesn't matter right now. And I define in this block main store, which will be working as a our ViewModel, which should mimic the ViewModel behavior. So if we dive deep in here, we see that I provided key and factory, which is this ViewModel mimic behavior class, and it works very simple. So it checks whether this ViewModel that we provided with this key exists in our store, by getting this, we check, and if it exists, okay, we return this view model and everything is working fine. But if it's the first time we launch our app, for example, or it's just a new screen, the view model is created using factory pattern. So the factory is, we use a factory interface that I implemented in here, and I call factory create. So is this thing, and we put this new implementation of our view model. So let's name it view model. We put this view model with a key main to store and return this class in here. And then we can of course pass to the composables and, for example, extract state and use it as a normal view model. And if I launch our app right now, the view model is created. It should work as a normal class, but the real view model contains a couple of mechanisms that I want to show you. Like, for example, as I mentioned previously, one of them is configuration changes. So they are implemented under the hood in component activity, which I'll show you in a moment. But right now, I have not created yet them. So we need to do this manually, because those things like provider, store owner are just implementing the blueprint of our view model. So yeah, we need to wait a second as my Gradle build to show you on this increment counter how it works or don't, and how it will be if we add this mechanism of restoring configuration changes. So I increment this variable, and now I rotate the screen a couple of times, and as you can see, the variable have not saved. So we need to implement configuration changes behavior. So what we need to do is we need to use a thing called lastCustomNonConfigurationInstance as store, and if it's not find any, it should create a new one. Yeah, and I explain in a moment them. Okay, on retain custom configuration change instance, return store. Okay, and in here, because those functions are deprecated, we need to suppress them. So they can be deprecated, they should work as they should be, but those deprecations doesn't matter right now, because I do this only to show you how view model works under the hood. So we do this like this, and what's happened right now is that when activity will be about to destroyed, our store will be saved and be retained in here. So as I launch our app again, I show you how it will be working right now, and I show you how it's implemented in a real view model in a moment. So we need to wait a second again, of course. Okay, it's launching, and now I'm incrementing the variable. I use configuration changes, I rotate the screen, and as you can see, our variable is saved. So everything is working. Okay. And right now I show you how it's implemented in a normal view model. So we need to dive in here again, and you need to give me a second to find it, because and yeah, it's here. Okay, so we need to click again on view model store owner, and we need to see where this view model store is implemented. And as you can see, it's implemented in on component activity. So this is the class that we inherit in main activity. And as you can see, the function ensure view model store use under the hood last non-configuration instance, which is nearly the same thing as we use in here, and it's used to save our store to memory, so that configuration changes like our state will be saved during screen rotation. And yeah, that's it. So there are of course other view model mechanism, like for example saving between process dev, like view model scope launch, or lifecycle awareness of view model, but I won't show you today them because the video will be too long. So today I showed you only one of those mechanisms, which is of course restoring states between configuration changes. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and I hope you enjoy it, and so subscribe and like, and thank you. See you soon.